What is going on? What's up, guys? What's up? What's up? A lot of AMD talk this morning. Listen, AMD announced an $8 billion buyback on top of the $8 billion buyback on top of the $4 billion that they're already doing. It's not a good use of cash, in my opinion. But at the same point, they should not be diluting shares. I don't understand why somebody just said, but if they dilute, they suck. But it's just, don't do either one. Just sit there. I mean, you're not supposed to be buying back your shares when it's super expensive, and that's what's happening. If you dilute, you're screwing the shareholder even more. AMD acquisition of X-Links is also the reason they are buying back. Listen, use whatever excuse you want, but I don't think it's a good decision on AMD's part. And I think that'll prove itself out over the next couple of months to years, whatever you want to call it. Okay, let's see what we have. Might as well start with the AMD stuff. AMD sales. So this is interesting. I don't know why, but people put AMD on this pedestal of saying that they are the granddaddy of where chips are going in the next couple of months. I mean, a couple of years as far as the chip shortage and this and that. All right. AMD shares jumped 71%. Sales jumped 71%. Let's see. Earnings per share came in good, 1.13 adjusted versus 91 cents. Revenue $5.89 billion versus $5.52 billion. AMD has said it expected $6.5 billion in sales in the current quarter, ahead of expectations of $6.38 billion. So I find it funny. I started reading through this entire article from CNBC, and not a single talk of chip shortages in the article. So, interesting. Some analysts suggest that PC sales could shrink this year after 2 years where shipments exploded as people needed laptops to go to work from home or go to school remotely. But AMD says that there still is not a decline in that space. PC sales reported AMD's computing and graphics segment, which rose 33% annual basis, 8% higher in December. That's incredible. AMD said the rise was driven higher by server processor sales, as well as semi-custom sales, which are chips that go into the PS5. AMD has had a rough 2022, dropping 39% so far after a blowout 2021 when sales increased 68% and gross margin grew 48%. Okie dokie. Next, this is a cool story. Starbucks. So it's interesting. A couple of months ago, I was speaking to somebody that they work at Panera, but they're not like a line worker at Panera. I mean, who knows what actual information that they have, but they said that the Panera model, the business model's goal was to convert all Paneras into drive-through locations. They were going to be closing some of them and reopening and building some drive-through locations. Now, COVID kind of got in the way of that. I don't think that's going to happen anymore. But Starbucks is now adding more drive-throughs. So drive-throughs are the way to go, I guess. I guess McDonald's had it right back in the day, right? Starbucks, which said it earned $675 million or 58 cents a share in the quarter, compared to $659 million in the previous quarter. Revenue rose 15%, 17 of which was from North America. This is what Howard Schultz said. So Howard Schultz is the founder of Starbucks. He's interim CEO right now while they're looking for a new CEO. We are single-mindedly focused on enhancing our core U.S. business. That's what Schultz said. Record demand and changes in customer behavior are accelerating store growth plans by adding high-returning drive-through locations. International sales fell 8%, including a 23% drop in China, which is not really a big deal. Do you think Starbucks is a moat? What do you think about the current valuation? I don't think they're a moat. I don't think you can have a moat in the restaurant industry. Now, Yeah, they are moat-ish for sure, but you can't classify them as a moat. But they do certainly have. You know what I think? You know how I think that they would actually be a moat if they would just shut their mouths and stop getting in all these stupid social issues. Drive-thrus are going to be real. Matt Jones, you got me. The stock, look at this, guys. So we go through AMD. What did I say AMD lost? 38% this year. This Starbucks has lost 36% this year. We still just keep talking about all of these major companies. Oh, these companies can't pull back this much. Well, look at them. You have Starbucks and AMD that have lost nearly 40% each. All right. Some good news. Weekly mortgage rates. This is not going to last, but it's good for the time being. Weekly mortgage demand rose for the first time since early March last week, but it won't last. Of course it won't. A brief calm in the midst of rising interest rates. The interest rate right now is 5.36% on a 30-year fixed. And look at that average rate, 647. 200, God bless. Rates have moved sharply over the past month, but demand is increasing. So let's go down here. Refinance applications, I mean, that's not even a rise. They were 71% lower than a year ago, which makes perfect sense. Mortgage applications rose 4%. I was thinking about something last night. If I do think that home supplies are going to be an issue. I was just thinking about this from trying to be a little bit logical here. So interest rates are going to be very high for some time, it seems. People are not going to be selling their homes to move into a different home because they're more likely than not going to have a higher interest rate to pay. So I think that alone is going to impact the housing market even more because people are not going to be willing to move out of their homes because they have to go and get first of all, they're going to get an overpriced home. And second of all, they're going to have to pay an exorbitant interest rate on it. So all of these things adding up to me are just saying, I think we're going to have some housing issues for quite some time. And now it's starting to all make sense and put itself out in my head. I love stories like this one. Lyft is down 26% pre-market. I freaking love it. I love when these companies that are supposed to be this disruptive nonsense get just absolutely hammered, especially in a day. I freaking love it. Lyft said that, let's see, shares initially increased 2% after results beat most analysts' expectations, and then the executives spoke. The executives talked on a conference call about increasing investments in drivers and marketing for the second quarter to deal with increased demand. Shares sank 26% in hours after trading. Executives predicted a second quarter revenue of $950 million to $1 billion, shy of the $1.02 billion of analyst expectations. The ride-hailing company said it had 17.8 million riders, compared with 13.49 in the same quarter a year ago. Look at this revenue per rider, 49.18 and 47.20. Either way, that's pretty good. But RIP Lyft. Elon is the best. Elon says that the government may have to pay to use Twitter. I love it. Elon Musk said that businesses and governments may soon need to pay to use Twitter at a slight cost. The platform will be free to casual users. Twitter is already experimenting with a new subscription service called Twitter Blue in the United States, Canada, Australia, and New Zealand that offers additional features. The premium offering, which costs $2.99 a month in the United States, gives users access to undoing and bookmarking tweets. Cool. There was something in here. Oh, he did say, so he's already laying out the changes that he wants to make. Musk said that Twitter's direct messages should be end-to-end so no one can spy or hack like Signal. Musk also said that Twitter needs to get rid of bots and trolls. IPO plans. He says he plans on taking it public in 3 years. And then this is so adorable. Musk's critics are concerned that the billionaire's control over the platform will result in silencing their voices and others who he may disagree with, given that he's already blocked critics from... Need I comment? Need I go further? Those of you who get it will get it. That's all I need to say about that. The Fed is expected to raise rates. So today's the big day, guys. Today is the big day where at 2 p.m., the Fed is going to put out a memo of what they're going to do. And then Jerome Powell will come out at 2:30 and destroy the markets. The typical sequence of events. So this morning, you're not going to have a lot of action. Good morning, Matt. So Matt just said, good morning, Captain, because I won my election last night, and now I am Captain. So you can refer to me as Captain. Thank you. Or Your Excellency, either one, whatever you like. So 2 o'clock today, the Fed is going to come out and increase rates 0.5%. This person just said he thinks they're going to bump it by 0.75%. There's a 1 in 5 chance that happens, according to the betting thing in Las Vegas or something like that. So let's see what happens. Federal Reserve is widely expected to raise fund rates by 0.5 percentage point this afternoon. Investors will be more focused on whether it signals could it get tougher in the future. $95 billion a month is being pumped into the system, and that is going to be starting to get trimmed starting in June. So we'll actually see if that happens. That would be epic if they said that they weren't going to start trimming it. The real debate, are they going to try to get target inflation by 2024? Wait a second here. I'll be damned. They said we were going to get 2024. Wait a second here. This is the first time that I'm seeing this. I just highlighted the article. I didn't even really read this part. They literally said that they were going to get target inflation by the end of 2022, and now they're saying 2024. It's not even 2023. What the hell? These people are such corrupt sons of bitches. Wage inflation is pretty high, and that will require even more tightening from the Fed's projecting. The futures market is predicting that the Fed's funds rate of 2.82 by the end of this year. I made a bet with somebody that it was going to be over 2. I think I'm pretty safe right now on my bet. All right. Bubbles. This is Ray Dalio. He put out a little story on LinkedIn. Here we go. Bubbles. Stocks that popped. It is still not safe to buy them, says Ray Dalio, founder of the world's largest hedge fund Bridgewater Associates. Okay. A bubble has burst for emerging tech stocks, but that does not mean it is safe to go long on those yet, according to Ray Dalio. At the time, this is what he wrote in his thing on LinkedIn. The overall U.S. stock market was at the edge of a bubble. In other words, 70% of the way towards the highest bubble, which happened in the late 1990s and the late 1920s. At the same time, Dalio highlighted another side of froth, including a boom in SPACs, the initial public offering boom, which was absolutely insane. We can pull that up here in a second. A big pickup in options activity. We all saw that the kids out there, the kids that were like 12 years old are slanging options, which were all financed by unprecedented flood of COVID liquidity that was just handed out money. Since then, those stocks have popped, just like when we see Lyft pop. They declined about a third over the last year, while the S&P is about flat. We no longer appear to be in the bubble, but neither do they appear to have substantially swung to extremes. So remember, guys, it's about extremes, swinging one direction to the other. Bubbles can take a long time to unwind. 2 years in the case of the 1929 bubble, and 1 year in the case of the 90s bubble. They have to go to extremes. So here are your extremes. Extreme in the 90s, big fall. Extreme in the 1920s, big fall. Here's today. We went to an extreme. We actually went to like multiple extremes. This thing is going to come crashing down. I'm telling you that right now. History shows that once popping begins, bubbles often overcorrect to the downside versus the normal side, and that is exactly what you're going to see moving forward. So, all right. Captain Sparrow. Speaking of Captain Sparrow, isn't that the thing that's going on right now with isn't that the guy? Who's the guy that Nicole was telling me about, the guy that's on trial or something right now? Isn't that Captain Sparrow? All right. Burning it down, Paul. Mo Captain, my Captain, oh Captain. Let's see. If you're Captain, that makes me Skipper. All right. Oh dear, it's a sinking ship. That's Gianni. All right, let's see here. Johnny Depp. Thank you, Johnny Depp. Jack Sparrow. There we go. All right. Let's see here. What comments do we have from you guys? Let us. All right. I don't know. J&J to observe. Keep watching J&J. Okay, we'll watch J&J. We'll watch J&J. Let's see. Let me pull up some. Let me get out of here. Let me go here. I want to see what the interest rates are doing this morning. So let's see. Look at that 3-month, guys. I keep telling you, pay attention to that 3-month. Look where it's going. 0.92. We're almost at 1%. And this is 2% lower than the 10-year. So watch those the 3 and 10s. All right, Johnny Depp is Willy Wonka. Okay, how do I rejoin the Bid and Ask Nation? Oh, it's pretty easy. You come right over here, click Join EM, and you go and you click Join right on $80 a month. $80 a month gets you into the Bid and Ask. All right, the girl pooped in his bed. What the hell are you talking about? Why is everybody talking about pooping in beds right now? All right, whatever. Today, Moderna reported before the bell. They're up 5%. Uber reports after the bell, but they're down 9% as of right now. Tomorrow is going to be a very disruptive day. We have Lucid, Square, Virgin Galactic. I can't remember the other ones, nor do I really care. So we're going to get rid of that. Bye-bye. All right, what else do we have? That's it. So I'll take some questions as I read through some of your comments. The trial with Johnny Depp's girlfriend. She actually pooped on his pillow, Mo. She actually did this. Oh, well, it's a good thing I'm only captain and not dictator. He has no idea. I have no idea what you guys are talking about. I'm not really a big pop culture person. Just doesn't excite me. So, frankly, watching Johnny Depp and a girl that poops in his bed is not the most interesting thing in the world to me. I'd rather watch a documentary on like John Wayne Gacy or something. Facebook is hurting me. Why? All right, let's see what AMD is doing. So AMD, okay, this is coming right back down. I don't even have to say anything about this. It's going to come right back down. Let me pull up my charts and just so I can actually show you. There you go. Yeah, this is coming right back down. It's very simple. You don't get gaps like this and they stay there. So listen, it's going to jump up to the 25-day. Maybe it moves to the 50, but this thing pulls right back down. Absolutely. There's no doubt about it. And I wouldn't be surprised if the volume just started to start pooping the bed over the next couple of days. Thoughts on Berkshire buying Apple last quarter? Listen, this person said, thoughts on Berkshire buying Apple last quarter for $150 per share. Listen, my dad said the same thing. And I go, Dad, how much did they buy? $600 million. $600 million to Berkshire Hathaway and that massive, massive, massive $40 billion pile of cash is nothing. Think about it that way. I mean, what are you doing? What you got to look. You got to put everything in perspective. $600 million is not much. So, sure, that's like you guys going and buying, I don't know, $100. Well, you can't buy maybe a share of Apple. I don't know. Would you consider AMD a flagpole because of the pop? Yeah, it's going to come right back down. Hey, Mo, I'm newish. Would you bet on Apple moving up to its 50-day or down? Well, so Apple's in the Employee Trader series, and I update it every day, so I don't really like doing it on the show because people pay for that information. Who's winning the Kentucky Derby? A horse. A turd in my bed would be quite disruptive. Amen to that. Let's see here. Mo is the best. Doesn't give a single thing about what's happening on the internet. No, I literally don't care. Honestly, if it wasn't for the morning show, I wouldn't know any of the news that's happening in the markets either. That's the only reason that I read this. There's absolutely zero chance that I would ever read financial news from these idiots that say words. Okay, sorry, I think I misunderstood. Previously left because I didn't have time to trade, so I left. I currently want to and unable. Listen, Housel, email help@everythingmoney.com. Nick will get you taken care of. 600 million tracker shares. Okay, let's see. Has anyone ever had a date pee the bed? Too soon, Matt. Too soon. Wasn't me, but it might have been somebody else on Everything Money. Okay. Caterpillar. Why are we looking at Caterpillar? So Caterpillar's in the Employed Trader Series 2. Okay. Snap triple bottom. So this whole triple bottom stuff, I don't really get. I mean, to me, triple bottoms don't mean like just explosion in price. Triple bottoms to me mean that you're making these awful signals of ugly face patterns and stuff. And as soon as you break that triple bottom support level, it just falls. So I don't know if this is a bullish signal, bearish signal. I have no idea. That's why I don't ever look at triple bottoms, quadruple bottoms, your mama's bottom. I don't look at them. So why are we talking about poop and bottom so much on this show? ATVI. Look, I don't know what to tell you here because I wouldn't even trade this thing. I would not even trade this thing because this is so all over the place. This thing could stay in this range. Hopefully it goes to $95 before June. That would be great. But I just don't think that I would trade ATVI. If you want to invest in it at some point, have fun. But I don't think that you should do that. Okay, where are we now? HZO. Does this have something to do? Is this like a toilet maker or something? Marine Max, well, fish poop. So, all right. Looking really great on it. So here's my issue. You're starting to get that decline. So you got that big spike in volume because of earnings, and now you're starting to get that decline in volume, which I'm not a big fan of. Today, if we get similar volume to yesterday or just a little bit more, fine. We're in business, especially with an engulfing candlestick, something like this. You will have to take profits running up to the 100-day moving average. But let's see over here. Let's see a resistance. So, yeah, I mean, you have some room to run. You have some room to run before you hit very strong resistance. Okay, this chat turned into a Rugrats cartoon. Yeah, you ain't kidding. Oh, what else do we have? ENLC. Never heard of this, so this is going to be interesting. ENLC. I will say, Dylan asks interesting stocks. There's no doubt about that. What the heck is this? All right. So you got a 50%er here. We're just going to actually omit this and just look at creating our highs and lows. So yours just stuck. I would find it very interesting if this went over and filled up this overhang area. I would find that very, very interesting. I think that you're going to hover right in this area, right next to that 25-day moving average, and you're not going to go. Even if let's see what they did on earnings and what the reaction was. So earnings was last night. What are they up pre-market? ENLC. Hold on. Let's see what they're up pre-market because I'm sure that's why he's asking. Probably because it's some ripping ENLC. It's up 3%. So we'll see. I don't necessarily think that this is going to be able to push through and break out of that 50% area. Would you trade bank stocks with interest rates going up? Listen, if the trend tells me to do it, absolutely. But let's see. What's up? Hey, Seth. The scat chat. The scat man. What a great song. All right. Tesla. We haven't looked at Tesla in like 4 minutes. All right. So Tesla is just getting smothered by these major moving averages, especially the 200-day moving average right here. So this is going to be an interesting one. If Tesla breaks to these levels down here, you will probably make a little bit of a run to the 750 area. If Tesla breaks 710, 700, whatever this is, you better watch out because this thing is going to go, and it's going to go very hard. And you want to know why it's going to go that way? Because you have tons and tons and tons and tons and tons and tons and tons of quant funds that are going to be shorting the absolute heck out of Tesla. And as soon as it hits some certain level, it's going to go bye-bye. That's why you see here, when it gets below the 200-day moving average, you see a fierce drop. When it gets below the 200-day moving average, you see a fierce drop. When this gets below the 200-day moving average and closes significantly below the 200-day moving average like it did here and like it did here, when you close down here, you will see a big fall in Tesla. I promise you that, and it's quant funds that are doing that. Tesla at 100 sounds crazy. Listen, I don't know why it sounds crazy to you. When you look at what they're doing as far as the company, don't get me wrong. I love the company. I love Elon Musk. I drive their cars. It's fantastic. I want them to survive and I want them to do very well over the long run. But I just am not going to be a buyer of Tesla. I probably will be a buyer of Tesla under $200. Yes. Absolutely. I don't know what that price is going to be, but they are maturing into a really great company. I'm just not paying $900 a share. Tesla is my favorite social media company. Honeybee, quant funds. So quant funds are basically funds that people set up with their computer, and it's computer algorithm trading. So as soon as a stock dips a cent below its 100-day moving average, the hedge fund has programmed it to sell shares of Tesla when it hits under 100-day moving average. So as soon as that hits, boom, sell the shares. Then it moves down. It gets to a certain level. Boom, bounces up. And it just keeps bouncing back and forth. And it's all computer trading. There is nobody in the office. There's nobody that does anything. It's all computer trading. If you want to read a very interesting book about that, I believe the book is called Flash Boys. I think it's called Flash Boys. It's a very interesting book. What am I drinking? Well, currently I'm drinking iced coffee, but LMNT is a phenomenal drink. It is, especially the chocolate one. You know what? I read that somebody was doing, they were saying that you could put your LMNT into your coffee and it would spice it up. Holy moly. Look at this pattern that is being created right here. You got head and a shoulders pattern, and this puppy is going to fall. It is going to fall, especially with that decelerating volume. You got this big bump from earnings, and it is going to fall, and it cannot break through the two easiest moving averages to break through, the 50 and the 100. So holy head and shoulders. Look at that. And let's say that this does get up here. Let's say that it comes up here. Well, holy ugly face pattern. This thing is coming right down here. Both, no matter which way it goes, it's coming down. That's exactly that. So that is the best ugly face pattern head and shoulders pattern that I have seen in a very, very, very long time. Wonder if Tesla robots can trade for me. Listen, I cannot wait to get that Tesla robot. I am so excited. Which moving average do you prefer for volume? I always got it on 20. Why is Starbucks falling? I thought Starbucks went up. Oh, I just typed in Facebook. Starbucks jumped. It's up. It's going to jump to $80 at the open. But don't be fooled, because what happens to gaps? They come down. Gaps are going to fill. So this thing is just getting a silly reaction like this. All right, Zim. So Zim is an interesting one. So Zim, the trend is still down. You still have a downtrend. It's rebounding a little bit. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see if it can withstand this moving average. Right now, it is an interesting swing trade, but I don't really love it because the red and yellow lines are so close to each other. And you're running right into that 100-day moving average. So I'm just not sure what I would do with Zim. I don't think that I would touch it. Why didn't the big gap on Facebook fill? The big gap will fill. It's not going to do it in the immediate future. I keep looking over here like this is the camera. I got to look at you. I like the raspberry. I didn't try the raspberry one. Any of the LMNTs with any type of hot powder or whatever, yuck. All right, what's another stock? Somebody give me one. ADP. What do we got with ADP? Automatic data processing. Well, here is a wicked, ugly face pattern that's developing, and this thing is going to come crashing down. And when is that going to happen? It's going to happen as soon as it drops below that 200-day moving average. So as soon as it drops below that 200-day moving average, look out. Other shipping stocks reported good earnings, so Zim got a boost. Well, that only lasts for so long because every company is their own company. So Bank of America is the Employed Trader series, although I'm thinking about switching it out of the Employed Trader series. So Costco is absolutely a short, really good looking short coming in. As soon as you get that engulfing candlestick, boom, I hold a position short in Costco, and we're going to see. And you have an ugly face that developed right here, and it just going boom, boom. So if you want to draw a bigger one, it's not the best ugly face, but that is your ugly face pattern right there, and it is coming down with vigilance. So as soon as it breaks that 500 level, look out, mama. That thing's coming to 440 or something. As soon as it breaks the 200-day moving average, there you go. TAP Tap, tap, tap. Molson Coors. They have just had an ugly chart over the past, I don't know, 10 years. So let's see what's going on with TAP. Man, I don't know, guys. I don't know what to tell you about TAP because it's almost as if you can't break over this 56 level. It's even struggling to break through this 52 level. You tried to break into highs of the past, I don't know, how many years is that? Year? I don't know, guys. Tap to me is just don't trade it. Tap to me is just don't trade it. Am I day so I made an announcement in the bid and ask. No day trading today. We have a meeting at 10 o'clock. But that's fine because you're not going to have a lot of action this morning. Stock market's now open. You're not going to have a lot of action this morning with the Fed meeting that's going to be coming up. So just take it easy. Don't do a lot today. And just let it go. Did I close my AMD short? Yeah, I closed my AMD short yesterday because today was earnings. So that was a nice profit. That was like, I don't know. I think I got 18% out of that or something. It was an incredible run. So, all right. But why do gaps fill? Because here's why gaps fill. And I'll explain W formations. And this is probably a video that I should do for the trading channel. Let me get this out of the way. So here's what you have. So these are what we need to go up on a stock. You want the stock price to move like this, right? So, and this would be the candles for that. They would be just candles up and down, up and down, up and down. You get the gist of where I'm going, right? There's no gaps in what I'm making. Now, when you have gaps, you have a stock that goes like this and then boom, up here. Okay? So it doesn't look like this. The line doesn't look like that. It looks like this. Now, what are these for? What are these formations for? These are to create support. So you're creating support. So when the stock moves up and it starts moving back down, this area right here is playing a support level. So even if these stocks drop down to here, it is going to have to get through that support level and it's going to bounce right back up. So this is playing a support level. When you have flagpoles like this, when you have gaps on earnings, and this is why gaps fill. When you have gaps like that, there's no support. So as soon as the stock price jumps up here, what happens? This thing, as soon as it just keeps falling and falling and falling and falling and falling and there's nothing in there. There was nothing here. There was nothing here. There was no pullback that supported it. So the gap does fill, and that's why gaps fill. So hopefully that makes sense to you. All right, are you still shorting AMD? Absolutely not. I got out of AMD. Tattooed Chef, in case Jeremy is watching us this morning. What the hell is Tattooed Chef? Oh, this is that stupid. What do they do anyways? Tattoo. Is it just chefs with tattoos? TTFC, right? What's the ticker symbol? TTCF. Tattooed Chef, $8. Wasn't this supposed to be like the best thing since sliced bread? Now it's the best thing since Johnny Depp's wife's poop. All right. So you got nothing. I don't know what to tell you here. Just don't trade this. And if you do own it though, and your name is Jeremy, hold on for dear life. Just keep holding on. If you are not Jeremy, sell it, get rid of it. Don't bet on this thing. Don't buy it, etc. But if you are Jeremy, hold on for dear life, and everything will be okay. All right, guys, I'm out of here. Same time, same place tomorrow. Love you. Thanks for the support. Flippity flap.